Is the Nasdaq going to crash? So the current pullback is around minus 7.4% and the current daily candle looks pretty bad. So why is this happening and how low can we go? That is what I will answer in this video. The reason for the current pullback is because the AI narrative is getting stale. So artificial intelligence has been the main driver of the huge push in price in 2025. It used to be that if a company partnered with OpenAI or announced massive AI spending, the stock price of the company would shoot to the upside. So this is Oracle. And in September, they partnered with OpenAI for a massive deal. The stock price of Oracle initially exploded higher, but then as time went on, the stock price kept going lower and lower. So investors have decided that the deal may not be as great as initially thought. If you look at Meta in July, you can see that the stock price exploded higher. Well, this is a conference call where Meta announced massive spending into artificial intelligence, and the initial reaction on Meta's price was to the upside. Well, they did the same thing on the 29th of October. They announced massive AI spending, massive capex spending, but this time the reaction was the complete opposite. The markets heavily sold off on the news. The conclusion is that the investors are starting to ask questions. Will this massive spending pay off? What is the return on investment? How much spending is enough? Will the future revenue actually cover the expenses? You can also see that the top in the Nasdaq on the 29th of October coincides with that conference call on Meta where they again announced massive capex spending. My opinion is I think we go lower. I don't think there's gonna be a full-on crash of 30 to 40%, but I do think there could be a pretty healthy pullbacks. So I'm actually looking to buy the dips. How low can we go? I think 2400 is a pretty decent level to take an initial long setup. And as long as we stay above the 200 EMA, we are considered to be in a bullish market. If we break the 200 EMA and go lower, then we are in a bearish market. So 2400 seems like a good level for me to get in on a buy setup and get a pretty nice discount. And if we hit the 200 EMA, that may be the second level where I will take a buy position. So that is my view. I'm expecting a pullback, but I'm not expecting a crash. Yes, the AI narrative is getting a bit stale, but overall we're still in a massive uptrend. Technical analysis still looks pretty healthy. And at the end of the day, pullbacks are a healthy thing to shake out the weak hands before we can continue going higher.